I'm going to yell at Chris. I'm yelling at everybody now. Is that loud enough? I think they can hear me in South Georgia. The peanuts just wilted as a result of my voice coming over this thing. Pat Jansen, Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. That's your cue to clap, absolutely. Man, I tell you what, I started with them. I used to be the spokesperson for Progressive Motorcycle Insurance years ago. We started off over there on that side, and that's just grown and grown, and now they've got this stage, and they've brought us here now with Grease and Gears Garage. So big thank you to Leesburg Bikefest, Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. What's Grease and Gears Garage? Well, I'll tell you what it is. You need to come over and check it out. All weekend long, we're going to be on stage. We're going to bring professional people from the motorcycle industry, a lot of builders, a lot of people that do custom motorcycle work. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to demystify some of what happens in custom shops. So we're going to be showing you how to use tooling. We're going to be showing you how to use different materials. We're going to be bringing you in to a shop environment, so come on up. If you need to see something a little closer, you need to ask a question, don't be shy. Come on up and ask a question. Basically, you're going to say, Pat, I want to be a part of your shop environment this weekend. We're going to be narrowing tanks, building Springer front ends, building frames, doing all kinds of cool stuff, and you're going to be able to do it. We also Facebook Live everything. So you'll be able to see on the monitors to the sides if something's up close. The cameras will zoom in so you don't have to strain. But we also Facebook Live everything. It goes to out there on the World Wide Web, and it lives there forever. You're going to be able to go to Cycle Source Magazine page. You're going to be able to go to Progressive's page. You're going to be able to go to Leesburg Bikefest page. And you're going to be able to go to our YouTube channel, Grease and Gears Garage. And it'll be tutorials that'll just be there forever and ever and ever for you to look at. Today, our special treat, a locally grown guy right here. He's actually not from here. When he starts to talk, you'll understand where he's from. Carlos Martinez. But he does not talk like that. Carlos, New Jersey, right? So like everybody else in Florida, he's from the north. At some point, Florida broke off of the northeast and floated down and reattached right above Cuba. Carlos is the upholstery guy, and he is coming today. He's going to do a couple of things for us. We have to be quick because we got a band coming up at 1. The last one ran over a little bit. But Carlos, what are you going to do for us today? All right.
Also brought along a small seat, do a quick upholstery job. Hello?
There you go.
Also brought along a small seat to do a quick upholstery job just to show you how we make patterns.
Okay. So basically you're going to be doing a gel insert for us. That's a mystery. That's something that everybody needs to do. Going to show you how quick and easy that is. Of course, you're going to have the right tools for it, and you're going to cover a seat for us. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Where do we need to start?
Small little spec seat. We're recovering some pink crocodile and black around the skirt. So we're going to take the cover off first, because the gel's going to go on first before we actually do an upholstery job on it. In the meantime, I'll get the material ready.
Now you're going to be recovering this seat in pink. Do you have somebody in mind for this seat?
No, I just figured...
So this could be for you, sir. You could put a... Hey. Pink's a good color. Guys can rock pink if they're confident. Put that on a bike. That's no problem. Now, is this real alligator or is this...
No, it's imitation. It's
okay.
Marine quality.
It's a marine quality, so it's going to hold up. We're going to be doing several of these events with Progressive over the rally season. The next one we're going to be at, it looks like we're going to be at Ohio Bike Week in June. So if you guys want to take a nice ride up to Sandusky, Ohio, you can join Progressive Motorcycle Insurance and Grease and Gears Garage up there. It's going to be a big time. If you haven't ever been to that rally, it's a good one to get to. And it's a little bit cooler than it is in Leesburg. And this has got to be the dustiest place that we go all year. You guys just collect dust. I don't want to have to do housework down here ever. All right, now show us this gel pad that you're putting in here. What's that made out of, Carlos?
Got some kind of silicone base.
All right, so we got it's like a silicone based.
It won't freeze, it won't melt.
won't freeze and won't melt. Those are two things I can't say about myself. I live in Iowa. I know about freezing, and now I'm in Leesburg, and I know about melting. So now that's sticky on one side. So you put the sticky side down?
No, it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Okay.
You put powder on it if you don't want it to be sticky while you're working with it.
All right.
So basically what we're going to do, you're going to find the spot where you want the gel to go. In this case, we're going to put it right in the middle. And again, it's just like do it yourself, kind of showing you how you can do it yourself at home by the gel. So we're going to mark off where the gel's going to go.
All right, so you put that down where you want the gel.
Now
And
we're going to get a foam cutter.
okay.
I'm going to cut this out about a ½ inch. What you want to do, what you want to do is you want to get the gel basically flush with the original foam. You don't want to stick up and feel it. You want to pretty much get it level. So we're going to shave this down a ½ inch.
Shave it down a ½ inch because that's the thickness of the gel.
Foam cutter. We're going to come through that now. Get the foam cutter, plug that in.
And that foam cutter is that hot rod? Is that
No,
what it
it's
is
just a
now?
foam cutter. You can use a turkey knife.
Okay.
You could use a razor blade.
Oh, like the thing that's a fancy one. My dad never had one like that. Yeah, we used to, the old school, we used to use the electric knives. Do they even sell electric knives anymore? I don't know if they sell electric knives or not. We seem to be having some audio difficulty, so you're going to... Check.
Check 1, 2. I'm here.
Oh, you're in now.
You're back on.
He's back on now. Mark, get out of here with that thing. What are you doing? You bozo. Why are you always up here?
Trying to
That's
get TV
Mark.
time.
Mark actually played the role of Gimli in Lord of the Rings, and now he's just our stage manager. All right, so you're going to cut this out, cut it a ½ inch down. Here we go.
Yeah, let me just plug this in.
Let me help you. Carlos, you're doing a great job. Don't get nervous.
All right.
Doing a great job.
So, I mean, you can use a turkey knife, you can use a razor blade, whatever you want. What you want to do is you want to score down. Now, again, this is the way that I do it. Upholstery guys are going to be watching. They might want to do it a different way. This is the way I happen to do it, and we do a lot of them. So I'm going to score it down. Just makes it easier to pull them apart. Basically, after you have it, you can take it and just pull it off the little chunks like that.
All right.
I'm going to have Adam finish that up while I start making a pattern for the seat. Okay, so again, there's a bunch of different ways to do seats. Every upholstery guy does it different. The one thing that we all going to have in common is that you got to have a good pattern. So what I do a lot of times, I'll make my little markings. So when I make my new pattern, I know that if I'm on the same guidelines, that the seat's coming out properly.
So if you're going to recover a seat, you take off the old cover. No matter how bad a shape it's in, that's your pattern. So just don't go all willy-nilly ripping it off.
In a perfect world, this seat actually is in good shape, so I could reuse this.
Right.
I might get a seat comes in that's totally destroyed, and I can't use it as a pattern. What we do is I'll use the foam as a pattern. I'll put the piece up here and I'll make a template. You know, you got to be a little bit more.
But it's much easier if you already have a seat.
Yeah, and really, I mean, you got to have a little bit of education doing it that way.
Yeah.
It's just a quick way of, Anyway, also, you really should unstitch it to do it properly. But because I've been doing it a while, I'll just cut it right off the seam. And what I do is when I make my new pattern, I'll add my own ½ inch allowance on there.
Carlos, how long have you lived in Florida?
Over 40 years.
So that accent, it just never goes away, huh?
I guess not.
I'd have thought by now you'd talk like this. That is the cool thing about Florida, is depending on where you are, you get a guy that talks like this. He's like, man, I just got 100 head of cattle right over that ridge right there. And then you get in, right? You get a wise guy all of a sudden down there from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. You guys got all comers.
So this is one piece of it. That'd be the back part. I'm going to cut out the insert right now, which is the main piece.
Now you're committed.
Yeah.
At this point, once you started cutting your seat up, You're committed.
Again, normally you'd unstitch it. If you don't have the experience, you can have the exact pattern. I'm just doing it quick.
Because you can get on, you know
Because
how much you got to allow for
I
sewing
got to
and
make it a
everything.
half-inch bigger on both sides.
Right.
To get where I'm at. So you got the skirt, you got the insert. A lot of times you can also go like this and find the middle. As long as you have a good pattern. And you put a notch. So now you know that's the middle of the seat. Do the same thing here. Fold it.
I love the tricks.
There's your middle of your seat. Do the same thing to the back. So now you have the middle. So now you know when you go to start sewing, you to start in the middle and work your way around. And as long as you're lined up with your notches, you should be good. Again, I don't have really much room, but if I get Adam to move over a little bit.
Come on, Adam.
Use this print,
Everybody needs an Adam, though.
Yeah.
I
Pink
don't have my
crocodile.
earpiece. Do you want to tell me something, Adam?
Because this crocodile has a pattern to it, you normally want to use the middle part of it. So what I do is I usually just find the middle, go all the way down. I know the middle is right here because I made my guideline. So I'm going to line up my crocodile. Normally I'm fully prepared. I have my my weights to hold things down. But in the meantime...
Now, Carlos, how long have you been doing this?
37 years.
And how far away is your shop from here?
3.5 hours. We're in the Fort Lauderdale area.
3.5 hours. But somebody can ship you a seat and you'll do it, right?
That's why we come to the shows.
There you go.
We do them while we're here, and people that don't bring their bikes or whatever reason, they'll ship it to us, and we'll ship it back in a couple days.
Right
so
on.
now I made the exact pattern. I'm going to cut it a half-inch bigger because I cut it on the seam.
That's what God did with me when he made me. He cut me a half-inch bigger. It's going to be my new story. No. I'm well upholstered. And you don't just do motorcycle seats. You do cars. You do furniture, everything.
We do everything, yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever upholstered?
A lot of weird stuff. I've had people bring me sex chairs.
Oh. That's marine grade you got to do on that, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
with plastic.
Sure. Yeah, plastic.
Okay, so I got the middle insert. Sometimes we'll put half-inch padding on it or whatever. In this case, we're just doing it regular with no extra foam.
All right, and he's got that gel insert sit down. It just sat right down in there, like you said, flush.
Which camera at?
They're all over. You can just hold it right up.
I just want to make sure that it's flush so the customer doesn't feel the gel, even though we're going to put a 1/4-inch padding over the whole thing to hold the gel down. So he's going to go ahead and do that. You do that with spray glue. You don't have to get a compressor. You get spray glue at wherever.
Adam, do you ever feel like you really don't need Carlos? Or
I can do quite a few things. I just can't sew.
well, at some point, sewing is going to be very important in this process. I can tell.
Yeah. All right, so I'll use white.
How did you get into doing this? I mean,
I was looking to get out of high school for a few hours. My buddy says, "You want to get out of school next year for like 3 hours in the morning?" I said, "Hell yeah." He says, "Let's sign up for auto body." So we signed up for auto body, and it was full. It said, "Pick something else." I said, "What are we gonna pick?" He says, "Pick auto trim." I'm like, "What the hell's auto trim?" He says, "It's about car seats." So next year we went to that class, and I didn't take it serious the first year because I was just looking at get out of school until my dean found out I was in the class and asked me if I would do his boat and he's gonna pay me. So for a 15, 16-year-old kid to make $300 in 2 days,
oh yeah,
I was like, there's some shit to this.
And now you know he screwed you.
Yeah, he screwed me big time.
Because you're not going to do a whole boat for $300.
I didn't know I'd have to work till I was 90.
Yeah, no joke, right? Yeah, this is a glamorous life, custom motorcycles, man.
Yeah.
Well, I got a buddy that he says the next time he gets married, she's going to have to be young. And I was thinking rich, and he said she's got to be able to do upholstery because he wants his hot rods done.
Oh, shit. All right, Adam, give me a little room for a second. I'm going to make this pattern right here, which is the skirt.
And And you've got a booth here, right? You're set up?
Yeah, we got a booth down at Magnolia Street.
Magnolia Street. So if you guys want to be able to see Carlos a little later, you're going to be able to go down. And are you doing them right here on site, huh?
Right on the spot.
Wow.
People drop them off. I say, go have a good time. Come back in 2 hours.
You got to be quick. You got to be quick if you're going to make that money at a rally, don't you?
Yep. Okay, so now that I made my pattern right to the exact size, again, I got to cut a ½ inch bigger because I cut it on the seam. I cheated. Or a shortcut, whatever way you want to look at it.
I know there's one of you jerks out there that knows that either your mom or your wife can sew, and now you're going to be, hey, can you just take care of this for me? You're going to be cutting patterns and getting them to sew up seats. My dad, I thought he taught me to sew. He actually taught me how to, I don't even know if people do this anymore. You guys ever heard of darning socks? You get a hole in your sock and you sew the hole up. It's called darning socks. We were poor growing up, still poor. Started off with nothing, have plenty left, as the bumper sticker says. But I can darn a sock. That's about as close as I can get.
I'm sure where that vinyl went. I gotta make one more piece.
All right, now he's putting that foam on there. That's just the spray glue that he's using there?
Yeah, any kind of contact spray that you can buy at any auto parts store.
All right.
And basically, it's a little extra padding, but the main thing is to hold the gel in place.
Right on.
Okay, so he's going to spray it all the way around. He's going to trim it on the edge while I make the back part of the seat panel. Same way. I'm basically tracing it.
It's funny, we told Carlos, all right, you got an hour. Carlos said, it's not going to take me that long to do a gel insert. He said, I'll cover his seat too. I said, fine, bring everything, do them both. Then didn't get him up here till 12:30, and we got to be off in like 10 more minutes. So he was like, oh, well, I'm going to do this really fast then. He didn't complain, though. That's what I like about him. Have any of you guys tried to cover your own seat?
All right, now the fun part.
All right.
If I could get this seat to cooperate, maybe, and I need to be plugged in.
Yep, I'll take care of that. You move your seat up there. Look at me. Now I'm an electrician. Did you see that? I'll put it on my resume anyway.
This thing, huh? Yeah.
And this is a specific sewing machine.
It's an industrial machine, heavy duty. You can sew through just about anything.
All right.
We use it for canvas, for boats, for furniture. The only thing you can't do with it, well, I'm sure you could, is a prom dress, but I don't do that.
You can make a prom dress out of canvas.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on my glasses here and see what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
52, man.
Oh, man, I tell you, it sneaks up on you. I could see, I had 20/20 vision 2 years ago. I'm welding. All of a sudden, I can't see anything. Now I got to wear those cheaters, man. Chris has got them on his head right there. We're all cheaters.
See, I'm sewing them 1.5 inch.
So you just kind of force that material around on the sewing machine.
It's a walking foot machine, so it's pretty much walking for you.
Yeah.
And I just popped the thread. I don't know why. I got jammed up over here. Yep. It's from moving on stage, I guess.
What we got?
You got jammed up underneath.
Oh. I used to do this for my grandmother, though. She'd have me thread her needles. She couldn't see anymore. I can't thread a needle now. That eye is pretty big, though, on that needle. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I got a 20 to 23 I'm using. Nice cold weather we got here today, too.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. This is good weather down here. I love it. Somebody said I was going to lose a lot of weight down here this weekend, so it's probably going to be a good thing for me.
So yeah, I'm showing the other side now. Same thing. Keeping it a 1/2 inch. My machine's rolling away on me here.
You make that look really easy. Somehow I think that would take me a lot of practice.
Yeah, probably in a week.
If you're looking for our good side with those pictures, you can forget it. We don't have one. All right, folks, just so you remember, we're also Facebook Live in this, so you can go out on the World Wide Web and you can find us at Grease and Gears Garage on YouTube. Find us at Cycle Source Magazine page, Leesburg Bikefest page will have us up there. And you'll be able to see it's a repository of people from the custom motorcycle industry that are narrowing tanks, building frames, building front ends, rebuilding motors, recovering seats, doing engraving on leather, all that stuff. So you can go out and you can watch those tutorials and you can kind of see what it takes to actually customize a motorcycle. And so take advantage of that. Some of it we demystify. Some of it you won't ever be able to do. Some of it you might want to give a try.
What I'm doing right now is called a single top stitch. And that's just, just makes the seat look nicer. Also reinforces it a little bit.
Okay.
Either that or it would look like a school bus with no seams on it. So this is just a decorative stitch, but it also holds it better. And then there's also something called a top stitch, which is 2 stitches.
All right, so what's that stitch called?
This one's a single top stitch.
A single top stitch, and then you have a double stop stitch.
They also call it a French seam. Yeah.
It's easy for me to say, right? Top stitch. Top stitch. They don't have us on video delay either, and they don't have a button for us. So I got to be careful saying things like top stitch and that kind of stuff. I get all messed up. All right, man, you're quick. So we got the gel insert. We got the skirt on the top, and now we're putting the back panel on. Same thing, a 1/2 inch out. While he's doing that, I want to tell you, too, we're going to be building a motorcycle on stage for Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. It's going to be a cool little kind of a flat tracker inspired bike. So you'll want to go on and you'll be able to keep track of that bike as we go. We're going to introduce the donor bike this weekend at some point. We'll have it up here on stage and kind of go over a little bit about what we're going to be doing on that bike as well. So we're excited about doing that. It's going to be a Sportster-based flat track custom motorcycle that Grease and Gears is going to be doing for Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. We're excited about that.
Same thing, I'm gonna do a top stitch in the back for it.
You ever caught your finger in there?
Once.
Whoa, I bet that's all it takes.
Was not fun.
That does not look like. Look at that.
All right, now Adam's gonna install it.
All right, Adam, install it. Carlos and Adam. Snap, snap, chop, chop.
Hold on,
Carlos, how often are you on stage doing this kind of stuff?
Included today? Once.
Once. He's done this once on stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Today.
And I want to tell you, today, and I want to tell you, we gave him an hour, and I said, hey, man, we're really going to need to wind this up at about 10 till. He's having Adam put that thing on there, and it's 12:48. Can you believe that? I'll tell you what, that is a man that has mastered his craft.
Let's see.
You're all fired up.
Yeah, I didn't bring a heat gun either. You got a compressor?
Yeah, we got a compressor over here. Is it, Mark?
Is this the back? Is this the back one?
It's on.
Is this the back?
Mark's our stage manager. He makes sure all of our tools are in good shape. We carry these tools all around with the country, if you can believe that. On the way here, we got about 10,000 pounds of tools in a trailer that apparently decided to go oomph on the way here. We broke 2 springs on the trailer.
That was fun, right?
That's fun. Mark got to replace those on hot black asphalt in Florida. All right, so what do you do now when you get that on there? You staple it around the bottom.
Yeah.
Mark said he didn't have to heat the bolts up, thank goodness, to get the leaves off.
Right now I'm just going to anchor it. And I'm going to do a hell of a lot of pulling. And I don't have a heat gun with me.
Now, do you occasionally, with some material, have to apply heat to get it to smooth out and stuff?
Yeah.
Worse than that needle, I'd be afraid of that stapler.
Yeah, I've gotten hit with that too a couple times.
Is that how you got Adam to be so patient with you?
Yeah.
Sure, once in a while, I'll knock him in the forehead with that stapler. That'll take care of him. Yeah. How's it going, man? Oh, man. I'm living large. I don't have a choice. I just keep gaining weight. How's it going, man? Pat, it's good to meet you. Want to make sure that if you guys can hear my voice, that you give Progressive Motorcycle Insurance some love. We want you to hit up Grease and Gears Garage on all your social media. That's the way you get cool stuff coming back like this. Coming back to events, you know, you give it the love on the social media. Let people know that it's meaningful to you and that you like it. And that way we get to come back and you guys get to do more than just sit around and drink beer and sweat. So it's a good deal. Carlos, I didn't think you were going to be able to finish that seat, but I'll be danged if you didn't do it. You stay there, son.
You got mineral spirits or something? Trim it? Go ahead, trim it. I don't know if I brought mineral spirits, but anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Martinez, the upholstery guy. Give him a big round of applause. He is finished. And Carlos, thanks so much. You're down on Magnolia Street?
Magnolia and 6th.
Magnolia and 6th. Get
Be
down
here till
there.
Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thank him. Progressive Motorcycle Insurance, thank you for having Grease and Gears Garage. We will be back in a little bit. Right now, they're going to bring a band up for your entertainment, and Jackie will take it away. Thanks so much. Hey, man, thanks. You did a great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather around for a unique look into the world of custom motorcycling. We've gathered some of the industry's top builders and fabricators on this stage to show you their skills live and in person. Watch as they chop, grind, and weld their creations into existence right before your very eyes. Feel free to ask questions at any time directly to your host, Pat Jansen. The doors to the shop are open, so pull up a stool, kick back, and welcome to the Grease and Gears Garage.